Hi, my people. It's I, your favorite crazy lady, and welcome to my podcast, Living Disabled, A Life Worth Living. So, this is my introduction, so it's episode 1. I'm going to introduce you to who I am and what I am hoping to accomplish with this podcast. So, for those of you that don't know me, hi, my name is Jeanette, better known as Nana on the Tiki-Talkies and other social medias. I am 55 years old, at least for another month. I have chronic illness. I have degenerative bone disease, asthma, arthritis. I also have 2 types of seizure disorders. I have an autoimmune disease. I am on my 3rd type of cancer. And I have 3 other types of precancer, one of which is not if it's going to turn into cancer, but when. Now, I am new to all of this, so please, 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 please show me some grace and some patience, because I'm doing this all on my own, on a shoestring budget, with a $10 tripod that I got from Walmart, and I have been asked to do this. I've actually been asked to do a series of podcasts, which I have other ones coming up as well. This one is going to deal with life advice, learning a perspective of how to live with chronic illness and the things that happen to us from the perspective of somebody who has lived through it. I am not a healthcare professional. While I have had decades of therapy, and I went to college, and I took psychology classes. I audited 2 years of my ex's psychology classes. Her professor was very nice after he got to know me, had told me that I was welcome to sit in and audit his classes. I audited his classes for 2 years. So, while I do not know everything, and I never claim to, I do know a thing or two. And hopefully I can give you a different perspective if you're living with a chronic illness, or just finding out that you have a chronic illness, or you're taking care of somebody that has a chronic illness. Because it's not easy on anyone. And I don't want anyone ever to think that I'm coming off as this is easy, because it's not. It's not easy to live with these problems and these issues, and it's not easy to take care of those who have them. Now, I am also agoraphobic, brought on by my PTSD. Some of the things that we're going to talk about are going to be questions or comments that people have asked in different groups that I belong into. I will not be sharing their names. I will not be sharing any personal information about them. It will just be things that they've asked about or questions that they have had, and I'm going to try to come up with a different perspective and a way of answering them for them. So hopefully, you can learn a thing or two. If anybody has any comments or questions or concerns, you're welcome to put them in the comments, and we can see about having a conversation. I am always open to learning, because like I said, I do not know everything. But I do know a thing or two. So that being said, I hope you will come along this journey with me, and that you can learn a thing or two about chronic illness, what people go through, the struggles that we face trying to get medical help, because a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to truly get medical help. But hopefully we can go on this ride together, and and it'll be an enjoyable experience for both of us. I want this to be more like a conversation with a friend instead of a very structured sit down podcast. I don't want it to be that way. So there's going to be times when I am sitting in my recliner and we're just having a conversation. There's going to be times when I am laying in bed because I'm not able to get out of bed that day. I am hoping to be able to go out and do some podcasts outside and just kind of make this more of two friends sitting down and talking to each other. Now, before anybody asks, I do have these white patches on my wrists and my arms. You cannot see them, but they're also on my legs and on my back. I have a spinal injury. I have both of my knees are bone on bone. I have a birth defect, which we found out about in this wrist recently, that requires surgery, and I can't get it. I have severe neuropathy, and these are lidocaine patches. I don't want anybody to think that I have done anything to hurt myself or anything like that. These are strictly medication patches. And then they have, over top of them, they have the same type of clear bandage that they put over top of like IVs to hold them in place, because these don't stay stuck. I also want to say this is a safe space. There is no judgment here. Things that will not be tolerated on my platforms are victim blaming, shaming people for having their feelings or their opinions. We can all have different opinions. It doesn't mean we need to attack each other. You do not have to agree with me. You can tell me, oh, I don't really agree with that. I think this or I believe this. You do not have the right to call me names, call anyone names, call them stupid, yell at them, do any of that. There will be no bullying whatsoever. I do have another podcast that I'm going to be putting up, and I'm working on that now as well. It is, hold on. It is called My Unexpected Life. How did we get here? Cautionary tale. I wasn't supposed to live to 18 because of the fact that I had such bad illnesses when I was a child. I lived through all of that. I am also the survivor of my own kidnapping, my attempted murder, by two different people, both of which were partners of mine. One was my ex-husband, and the other one was a fiance. I'm going to be talking about the stories of my life on that channel. I have been asked for years to either write a book or do something to get my story out there. And now that I have become so ill that sometimes I can't even move my fingers, writing a book is no longer an option. So the podcast is what we're going to do. Hopefully we can connect. We can make this work. Hopefully I will figure this out and make it as easy as possible, as entertaining as possible, and just allow us to have some fun and learn. It's like I said, and this is the way I end all of my stuff, but like I always say, it's just my 2 cents. Take what you want, leave the rest, and until we meet again, and I hope we meet again soon, have the day that you deserve. But only you can make sure that it is awesome. Okay, bye.